group of the evening, and that is the Zenith Players. Now, the Zenith Players, as Dan just alluded to, are frequent guests of Dan's on the Shakespeare Approves and the Shakespeare Coffee Break programs. And they consist of the team of TJ Reisner and Claire Bochenek. So let's see if they can join us, and we'll find out more about them and their group and their whatever this mysterious thing is that TJ might have done with Dan. So we'll wait for the Zenith Players to connect, and they are a very active group. They have presentations that they do online, I think almost on a weekly basis. In recent weeks, they did Coriolanus, they did one of the Henrys, I think it was Henry V, and they're regularly doing a lot of Shakespeare content. They also, I think they recently did the Persians. They did, they do the Greeks. They do the Shakespeare. They're doing a lot of classical content, and from what I've seen, it's exciting stuff. Okay, so Dan says Zenith Players are simply the best. Okay, Zenith Players is telling me that you are unable to join. If you are watching and you are on a laptop or a desktop, you can't join that way. You have to be on a mobile device, a smartphone, or a tablet. So let's try this again, and let's see if we can connect with the Zenith Players. Oh, there you are.
There we are.
Hello.
Hey, hello there. Hello. Do you prefer TJ or Thomas?
TJ, please.
TJ, and Claire, right?
Yes.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you both on.
Thank you for
Okay,
having
so now listen, we got to clear this up right up front. So Dan tells me that there's something amiss. There's what have I walked into here?
It's got to be about Daniel Craig. I said some things about him not being
The preferred James
James Bond. And,
Okay, I'll let
This is what happens when we work together so frequently.
Yeah.
But yet we are socially distant. So,
uh-huh. So you maybe I forgot to ask Dan. Maybe you can shed some light on it for me. What are the socially distanced players all about?
yeah, his social distanced players. It's a group of professional actors, and the intent is to make sure that they remain employed. So during this time, let's see. They've done a few of Dan's shows. They've done Death by Fluffy Kittens, and also The Importance of Being Earnest
was our collaboration with him.
Okay, okay. So you guys have a long history together, and you guys, there's a lot of fun interactions between your group and theirs. But let's talk about the Zenith Players. How long have you guys been around, and where are you located?
So we're located in New Jersey currently, and we began in 20.
Oh, wait. All right, we got to stop the program. This is a.
Listen, we will come across that river.
Okay, all right. You're in New Jersey, and but you guys are doing a lot of online content right now. Everyone is because of the COVID situation. And how long have you guys been active?
Online since March.
No. But how long has your group been around?
We started in 2016. Our
Okay.
first question was The Woman in Black.
Okay. And then how did you transition into Shakespeare? Are you lifelong Shakespeare people, or is it a new venture for you?
My background is actually in Shakespeare.
Okay.
And the way we transitioned away from Shakespeare originally is that the theater that we were operating out of had a professional in-house theater company that did educational Shakespeare plays. So we couldn't compete with that. So we started doing modern work, but my first love was always Shakespeare. And I always
Okay. Okay, so in a way, this the coronavirus situation has brought that back out for you. You've had since you've gone online, you've had a chance to explore, and I see you guys are doing a lot of content. You guys are doing every week you have another presentation.
We've done at least one a week for the past 38 weeks now.
Wow.
And, sometimes twice a week. For a while, we were doing every Saturday and every Monday. That was a little much.
That's quite an intense schedule. And do you have the same troupe that is doing everything, or are you casting fresh each time?
Yeah, we gain new actors almost every week. So it's entirely on a volunteer basis, which is great. And we say at the beginning and end of all of our shows that if you're becoming one of the readers, send us a message, and TJ kind of organized how we get everyone in. So we do have returning players, but
Mhm.
we have a group of people that.
We had a total, I think, of about 108 individual different readers from 5 countries, 3 different continents.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very
We
ambitious.
we have actors from Australia, Denmark, England, and I think most of our actors are actually in the New York area.
Wow.
So we do have a few from all over.
That's quite an undertaking. Okay, and then so you every week you decide you're going to do one or two, perhaps even new presentations. I'm getting some weird feedback. I'm sorry. And then once you decide that you're going to go up, how long is the rehearsal process before that goes live?
No rehearsal. We just
No rehearsal.
so what we do is what we've been doing recently is we have a Facebook group for it. We'll throw up a post in there. People who are in that group say, "Yeah, I'm available and I'm interested." So we kind of start from there and build a cast around that. Send out emails to people, "Hey, want to play this part? Want to play this part?" So on and so forth. And then I do my best to get them the script about 24 hours beforehand, and then we jump in a Zoom meeting, go live, and read the play.
We will occasionally do special pieces where we'll plan it out, I want to say 6 weeks in advance, and then we will schedule like 3 or 4 rehearsals in there. If it's something that we want to do where it might involve a little bit more staging, use space work so that way we can talk to people and kind of try to look in the direction of where their camera is.
We just
Okay.
did a adaptation of Night of the Living Dead. Claire adapted the script, and we got to do all sorts of fun stuff with that.
Wow. So you guys are you are two busy folks over there.
Yeah.
Okay. And in addition to all of that, you're doing collaborations with Dan and Shakespeare Approves.
Yep.
The way that began, actually, I put a post in my personal Facebook on March 14th that just asked if anyone wanted to go into Google Hangouts and do a reading of Much Ado About Nothing. And I had like 60 comments from friends that I haven't seen in years, people that were interested in doing it, and people that I had performed with on either an amateur or professional level. And we figured, let's make it work. And Dan expressed interest, and I thought it would be a really fun opportunity to have him, as Shakespeare, introduce the play, read the limited stage directions, introduce the cast, and then
Very clever.
played. He did play a role in it as well.
Friar Francis.
Oh, that's very clever. Okay, so what is coming up next as we approach the end of 2020?
Our next Shakespeare is going to be Henry VI, Part 2.
Okay, so the previous one was Part 1, with Part 2 coming up. That's the trilogy. Okay, so when is that coming up?
January.
That's going to be the
first Saturday in January.
The first Saturday. Sorry. We also have been trying to work in some Greek plays as well. So
I noticed. I saw you had. I think it was the Persians a couple of weeks ago, right?
Not that long ago was the Persians. This Friday we've got Agamemnon.
Right.
Next Friday we're doing another collaboration with Dan, with Shakespeare. January 2nd sounds right.
Yes,
down
that
there,
is it.
Dan. December 18th we're doing Christmas Carol with Dan.
And then Henry VI, Part 2 is January 2nd.
Very exciting. All right, so you guys are going to slack a little bit. You're going to take Christmas and New Year's off and not do content. The lazy bums.
Well, I mean, we're not slacking on New Year's Eve because we are, again, working with Dan on his New Year's Shaken Eve.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Master Shakespeare.
That's his New Year's Eve show.
Maybe I'll work something out with Dan to be the New Year's baby in that production.
Hey.
Go for it.
All right. Well, listen, we do have people in the New York Shakespeare social media pages that are interested in getting involved in online readings, online productions. In general, whether they want to be involved or if they want to see what you have coming up, where can they check out the Zenith Players?
They can. We're almost entirely on Facebook right now. It's Facebook facebook.com/Zenith Players. That's where we stream live every week. You can see all our past shows there and on our website, zenithplayers.com. And
Okay.
feel free to click the very attractive donations button.
Okay.
I've said that 60 plus times.
And if you are interested in becoming a reader, if you email casting@zenithplayers.com, TJ will be the one to get in touch with you. And then typically we just ask somebody to send a short recording of either a poem or a speech, just something that we know that you're human and it's not a bot. But we love actors of many different levels, and we do our best to try and find where everybody will shine.
Well, that's wonderful. There's only a handful of groups that I know of. I mean, there's a ton of groups around town that are doing content. They're doing 3-4 shows a year. They have a that kind of schedule. But there's only a handful of groups that I can think of that are doing something every week or even more regularly than that. So you're a part of that elite group, and I give you a lot of credit for that. That's not an easy undertaking. I've been there. It's you burn the candle at both ends doing that.
Yes.
So
It's worth it, though. It's worth it.
My hat's off to you, and I appreciate your love for Shakespeare, your love for these presentations, and all that you're bringing to the table. So everyone who's watching us live right now, who's going to be watching on the replays, either on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever else, you can check out the Zenith Players. They're at Zenith Players on social media, or you can go to thezenithplayers.com. You can send them an email at casting@zenithplayers.com to be involved in their productions. And we look forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you have coming up in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks. It's a pleasure. Okay, so that was TJ Reisner and Claire Bochenek of the Zenith Players.